my actual eyesight is there's a high drive, deep center, go, 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 we're out of here, say ya, playa.
Just like they drew it up in Hollywood, Caladros, the 3-2, swing and a miss, and the Audubon Green Wave have upset the Kingsway Dragons, and this is it for good. The Audubon Green Wave are back in the Final Four. A dog pile on their side.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to DW Broadcasting's coverage of men's varsity.
From our entire crew, we'll see you tomorrow. Have a good one, folks.
Ladies and gentlemen, our final boys basketball broadcast of the regular season is amongst us. It's the Overbrook Rams and the Pitman Panthers in a Tri-County crossover here on Friday night for some Friday night hoops between the Rams and the Panthers in two juggernauts, two powerhouses of the Tri-County Conference. Here from the Rob Waddell Gym, I'm Dan Wilkins with my producer Ryan Sieber. We've got an excellent game tonight. 2 games with 11 losses combined between these two teams. And I got to tell you, these two teams know how to play very different kinds of basketball and very good kinds of basketball. We are going to talk about the starting lineups of these guys for both of the teams in just a moment after the national anthem, which we will stay on the air for right here.
And may result in penalties being assessed against your team.
Let's keep it here.
Ladies and gentlemen, please take note of the exits around you. In the event of an emergency, we ask you to leave by these exits in an orderly and efficient manner.
There you go.
At this time, we ask you please stand for the playing of our national anthem.
Yeah. All right, so we've got an excellent matchup between the 18-win Overbrook Rams and the 17-win Pitman Panthers. Let's take a look at who they have as their first 5 on the floor. For the Overbrook Rams, it's going to be Sean Mills, Chris Greer, Nick Johnson, Lamar Little, and Zaire Green. For the Overbrook Rams, this is a very well-coached team. But the problem is that Overbrook doesn't exactly have the strongest schedule, which hence why these two teams have almost the same record. Their outlooks might be a little bit different. As we said, Donnie Lang, 18-5. They lost 3 of their 5 games in a 4-game stretch, losing to Delsea, Atlantic City, and Pennsgrove just after the new year. They lost to Burlington Township and then lost by 2 to Gloucester Catholic on January 25th. They are 9-1 in the Tri-County Diamond Division. Again, that one loss coming to Pennsgrove back in the first week of January, but it hasn't fazed them much since. They have been on a 7-game winning streak going into today, and their final game of the regular season is on Monday in Flight A of the Tri-County Conference Tournament versus Salem. Now for your Pitman starters, it's the pretty familiar Fabulous 5, Elijah Crispin, Trey Tinges, Mike Fizzicaro, and the 2 seniors, Stephen Devaney and Sonny Myers.
Pitman Panthers. At guard, junior number 3, Elijah Crispin. At guard, junior number 4, Trey Tinges.
Some nice moves by the Panthers as they get introduced. And, you know, look, the last time that these two teams played was before COVID. December 27th, 2019, Overbrook took that game by 1 point, 59-58. And Overbrook has won 4 of the last 5 matchups between these two. But that doesn't mean anything. It's been 4 years. The entire staff on this crew is night and day, completely different than what we've seen in the previous couple of years. So Pitman is going to give it their all tonight, riding a 2-game win streak, 3-2 in their last 5, while Overbrook is going to try to keep the momentum on the road, winning their 8th straight. The Overbrook Rams on the right side of your screen with the white jerseys, orange and blue, navy blue accents. Pitman on the left side of your screen with the classic black and orange. Sonny Myers and Chris Greer under this one for the tip-off, getting ready to get set for 32 minutes of Tri-County basketball here on Dan Wilkins Broadcasting. Our final of 3 games for Pitman this year in 2024. They are 1-1 when we've covered them. They lost to Eastern 60-43 just before Christmas, and then they beat Salem pretty handily in the game where Elijah Crispin recorded his 1,000th point. But it is not ceremonials that are on the line tonight. It is wins that are on the line. 2 teams that are at the top of their respective divisions in the Tri-County Diamond and the Tri-County Classic Division. They are looking to keep their hold on it as we've got an Overbrook player flying in the corner, and that will be a miss by the white and orange as Elijah Crispin gets the first offensive possession for the Panthers this evening. Just past 7 o'clock here as from the Rob Waddell gym, Elijah Crispin goes up from the side and doesn't get it. Donnie Lang's going to have them slow down a little bit with number 3, Zaire Green on the possession here, the junior forward. Passed out to Sean Mills, back to Greer, the guard. Overbrook wanted a foul, didn't get it. Now it goes back to Trey Tinges. Back to Crispin. And Tinges takes it out to the Panther logo at half court. Crispin's going to go for 3, wide left. And we've gone the first minute without a basket. Nick Johnson brings it to Green. This one goes out to three-point land, and it goes for the sophomore Lamar Little. And that makes it 3-zip in favor of the Rams. Well, I'll tell you this. I mean, that's always something that's going to get the hearts pumping for Pitman. You know they have to make their shots early, and right now they're just not getting that same love that Overbrook got early as Myers goes to the corner for 3, and that is the dagger that levels things out at 3 apiece with 2 minutes in this first quarter. Pass from Green to Johnson. I mean, if Johnson is a guard, number 5, he's probably one of the tallest guards that I've ever seen play high school basketball. Another 3 goes, this time from Lamar Little, as that is no little shot, to say the least. And that actually will only count for 2. It is 5-3, my apologies. Devaney from beyond the arc gets it to Crispin. He cuts to the left, steps back, finds a man in the corner for 3. Good! Knocks it down, Trey Tinges. 6-5. Well, Pitman's been a good 3-ball team as here comes Devaney on the breakaway. What will he do? He'll lay it. No good. Tinges on the second chance has it. Donnie Lang and friends call a timeout, and so will we. 5:08 left in the first quarter. Pitman out to an early 3-point, 8-5 lead. Just under 3 minutes taken away here in the first quarter as Overbrook trails Pitman 8-5. As we were talking about, I mean, look, Nick Johnson, number 5, he's standing next to Stephen Devaney. Stephen Devaney is a forward, and they list Nick Johnson as a guard. There's going to be a foul there.
Hey, be smart now, kid.
That'll be charged against Pitman.
Hey, smart.
And it'll be charged against Crispin. But it just goes to show Overbrook is a much larger team just in terms of physical size than Pitman is. And sometimes you have to balance that size difference in your style of play. Devaney tried to block, but instead Sonny Myers picks up the rebound after the miss by Mills. Goes to Myers. But Pitman is one of those three-point teams where probably anybody in the starting 5 could knock down threes in a game-time decision if they needed to. Crispin had the last touch on that play, and it'll go out of bounds. Turnover for the Panthers. Nick Johnson will take this one in for Overbrook. And of course, for the Pitman faithful, we will be back in action involving the Panthers tomorrow in the morning. Panthers girls basketball takes on the Collingswood Panthers in cross-conference action, 11:30 a.m. from the Collingswood High School gym. It'll be our second girls basketball broadcast of the season as Crispin, driving hard, feeds it back to Fizzicaro, and that will be a foul. I mean, again, everybody in the starting 5 can hit a couple of threes when they need to. So, you know, Pitman utilizes what they have in their arsenal well, and I think that's what helps them win games. You know, what you see a lot from these under 500 teams is that they try to just force agendas that they cannot meet. They try to force deadlines and expectations that just aren't realistic. You just have to work with what your team has and play around that. And a lot of times that's just a coaching decision. Mike Fizzicaro brings it home, and it's 10-5. Of course, the last time we were in this gym, the Rob Waddell gym, Elijah Crispin dropped 36 in a game where he recorded his 1,000th point early in the second quarter in a 60-51 win versus Salem. On the pass, we're going to have a jump ball. The physicality between these two teams has been pretty nice so far, but it's been kept pretty clean, and fouls have been kept pretty low, and that's always a good thing to see. You always want to see these guys playing their hearts out, but not playing dirty. There's a difference between physical basketball and dirty basketball, and I've seen both examples of those aplenty this year. Fizzicaro to Myers. Bounce pass to Devaney. He hangs onto it and is fouled on his way up.
Knock him down, kid.
Stephen Devaney, class of 2024, with a mullet from 1984. Gotta love it, though. He's going to the free throw line for 2 here. No, Steve and I are good friends, though, so it is all love and fun. But knocks down his first. Second one, after some opposing screens, goes 12-5 Pitman. Goes to Mills. A high pass almost went into the first row. As Overbrook's going to swing this one out into the corner. Brought back out to Johnson. Just got to look for the right shot here. He'll go for 3. Oh! Tough break. Rolls in and out. Crispin had the ball knocked out, but who had the last touch? Ron Myers not happy with that call, getting a quick explanation here. And Ron's gonna get his money's worth, but they're gonna inbound the ball and they'll resume play. New on the floor for the Rams is number 12, Makai Ortiz, the senior. 69 points, 46 boards, 9 assists, and 24 steals, averaging over a steal per game in the 22 games he's participated in this year. That one is short. Rebound by Myers. Feeds it to Crispin. From 3, gone! Mike Fizzicaro makes it a 10-point, 15-5 game. I think Overbrook's trying to play what I like to call the mirror game, where they see what the successes of the other team are, and they try to duplicate them with their own style. You know, if Pitman's going to be good at hitting 3 balls, then Overbrook's going to also try to improve their 3-point game and take more threes in general. A nice drive, and a foul is called. And from the reactions of the home crowd, it looks like it's against Pitman.
Make the call. It's the biggest delay I've seen all year.
So going to the line for the Rams will be Nick Johnson. Nick Johnson, the senior guard, 281 points in his high school career, 81 boards this season, 29 rebounds. Only had 4 points and 87 respectively in his first 2 seasons, but he has popped off for 190 this year. Surprisingly for his size, only 4 blocks, but 17 steals and 29 assists. He put up a season-high 21 versus Glassboro and versus Cherokee in 2 different games this year. Johnson made 1 of 2, and it's 18-6. What a pass from Crispin. No good, but it would have been quite a spectacle if it went. Back to Johnson and double dribble.
Good job, boys. Let's go.
Well, Pitman's been in the driver's seat all night so far, and this has been a little surprising to me. Again, you know, Overbrook, you look at their record and what they're at, they're 18-5. But in my opinion, I think Pitman's competition in their Tri-County Classic division is stronger than what Overbrook has to deal with in their Tri-County Diamond division. Porter Costia, no good. Trying to wrestle it away from Sonny Myers and from Ortiz. That'll be a foul on Myers. Tinja's checking back into the game, and Hudson Rue is going to check into the game as well. I remember when I went to the Pitman Festival this year. I've been going every year for the past 5 to 10 years because I have family who live in Pitman Grove, and I remember I was just like putting the silver dollars down, getting the going to the Rice Krispie stand or whatever, and for the wheels that you spin. And I remember Hudson and a couple of other guys go up to me as there's a walk called, but I remember as Crispin checks back in, Hudson Rue goes up to me and he says, "Hey Dan, how are you?" And I didn't even recognize him, and he just said, "You know, I really appreciate your work and what you do for Pitman." And it was really heartfelt because, you know, it was just a random night in August. I was there and I wasn't wearing any DWB merchandise or anything, and Hudson and a couple of other Pitman guys like Jackson Austin, they all recognized me, and I thought it was really sweet of them. Just over 30 seconds left. Is still 15-6, a bit of a scoring lull here. Heave pass from Crispin doesn't go, and here comes a steal. Tinges has it, Fizzicaro cuts to the right. Crispin has it, he'll slow it down a little bit. Cuts to the right, throws a fellow off guard, and double traffic, doesn't get it. Devaney gets shoved, and not a call there.
How is that not a foul down there?
Porter Costia checking back in for the Panthers. Just under 10 seconds left. Johnson cuts to the left, and we've got several players down, and it's going to be on Overbrook.
Hey, 2.6 is longer than you think.
So Rue is going to inbound this one for the Panthers. I mean, all you really have time for is a heave. We'll see what they can cook up here. Fizzicaro has it from just beyond half court. Oh! So close, but no cigar. Pitman leads by 9, 15-6 in a dominant first quarter. We'll be right back after this. here in the second quarter. Let's talk about what these two teams have going on, because in their respective divisions, things can be a little bit misconstrued with similar records. Looking at Overbrook and the Tri-County Diamond, they are one of two teams over 500 along with Woodstown, and then you got Glassboro at 500 and everybody else is below that. But then, actually, we'll talk about Pitman's division in a second, but Pitman's division is a little weird because they've got four teams over 500. Pitman, Salem, Gloucester Catholic, and Salem. But then you have a steep drop-off to Clayton and Salem Tech, who have 5 wins combined between the two of them. So then you look at the Tri-County Diamond and you say, well, yeah, you only have 2 teams above 500, but what's that to say when you've got, oh, there's Devaney in the paint. He's got a nice one, 17-9. You have less teams over 500, but you also have a more rounded out division. Like Pennsgrove, Pennsville, and Shalleck, they're kind of their own breed, as that's going to be a foul. They'll say it's in the act of shooting from number 33. That's Kevin Satchel. Satchel will go to the line. He'll try to clutch this one and try to make it a single-digit game. First one. Actually, it is a single-digit game, I'm sorry. But that'll make it 17-10. Rue checking in here. Pitman's been a lot more aggressive on the substitutions in this game than I've noticed in previous games that we've done with the Panthers. They're not afraid to use their 6th, 7th, and 8th guys more. They've got a lot of depth on this team, and that's part of the reason why they're the number 2 seed in South Jersey Group 1. You know, you look at other teams that have 7, 8 guys that play varsity. That's a very different spectacle than the teams that can consistently play 10 guys with, you know, significant minutes in a single game. Overbrook on the drive. Pitman's defense will catch up to them. They'll swing it all along the arc. Three ball. Good. Banks it off the glass from Mills. And Overbrook claws back into this one at 17-4. But there's many arguments to be made about the competition and the strength of these divisions, where you've got the Tri-County Classic, which has Pitman, Salem, Gloucester Catholic, and Wildwood, and that's going to be a foul on Overbrook. It's going to be a foul on Overbrook. We'll see. That will be Donnie Lang giving his case. Looks like it's going to be Fizzacaro who will shoot. Try to make this a 2-possession game if he makes one. First shot goes. 18-14 as Johnson checks back in for the Rams. But there's many different arguments. You could say that the Tri-County Classic is stronger just because Pitman plays a lot stronger of teams, but at the same time, you could make the same argument for the Tri-County Diamond Division because of how many evenly spaced out teams there are. There is Overbrook, and then there's Woodstown, but Glassboro and Pennsgrove aren't half bad either, and heck, Overbrook lost to Pennsgrove in the first week of January. They had that cold spell right around the new year. They lost to Delsey, lost to Atlantic City, lost to Pennsgrove. It's been their only divisional loss all year, while Pitman's taken either losses or close games to several divisional opponents this year. So it's kind of a double-edged sword when it comes to asking which team plays stronger competition. 19-16 Panthers. Just under 6 minutes to play in the half. Devaney swings it out to Tinges. Tinges almost got the ball intercepted from Kostiuk. And Satchel is going to hang on to it. Kostiuk traps it, and a jump ball. The possession arrow will go in favor of the Panthers. So Hudson Rue will take this one in. Rue back to Tinges beyond half court. Kostiuk to the right. Nice, but that's a foul. sometimes when you're making moves like that, swinging from side to side, there's just unavoidable contact in the paint, and that's what happened as Porter Kostiuk goes to the line. No good. Kostiuk, if he makes his second, would make it a 4-point game, which he does. Puts up a 2-0 on the board for the Panthers as Overbrook will bring this down the floor. That one goes for Overbrook, 20-18. Mills, Fizzicaro got trapped up on the Overbrook defense, but they were able to deflect it and hang on to the possession. Rue to Fizzicaro, back to Rue. Tinges to Devaney. Devaney from the charity stripe and in the paint. That'll be a foul. Shot didn't go, but it looks like he'll go to the line.
Hey, knock him down, Steve. Let's go.
And Steve Devaney will go to the line for another trip from the charity stripe. 2-point lead for Pitman after leading by double digits at some point tonight in the first quarter. Overbrook has clawed their way back into this game as a couple of subs, Ortiz back in, and Amari Key in for the Rams. 21-18, 3-point lead, can make it 4 with this basket, and he bricks it off the front, but they hang on to the possession. Tinges 3, no, a little long. Rue hangs onto it, and here comes the steal. Here comes the breakaway. Oh, didn't get it.
Good job, Trey. Good job, Trey.
Johnson almost had the slam that would have been on the Richter scale, but instead, that was a thunderous miss. You know, we haven't seen a dunk on any DWB broadcast this year, so I was hoping I would see one, but it wasn't meant to be. And that's a guard, mind you. Rue gets fouled.
Hey, way to be strong. Let's go.
So Hudson Rue will go to the line. Again, you know, we were talking about at the Pitman Festival when he came up to me and, you know, he was like, I wasn't wearing any DWB merchandise on or anything, but he had recognized me from the baseball games, and he said, "Hey, it's Hudson from the baseball team. You know, it's we appreciate what you do for Pitman." And again, I was just putting the silver dollars down to get some free pies. Always a fun story. Jackson Austin was there too. I think Sean Powell was there in the mix. Colin Ambrosius, some of the other guys. No look pass to Satchel. From the elbow, no good. No, didn't get it. Good effort. Great effort from Overbrook's Ortiz, but he just couldn't hang on to it. Less than a half of a quarter to go in the half. A little bit of a mouthful, but this game has been a little bit of a mouthful. It's been back and forth, and even though Pitman has had the lead for every possession tonight, we've had scoring lulls, we've had scoring highs, and it's been a very physical game, as you just saw right there. But there's also been, you know, concern about how there hasn't been a lot of fouls called, and part of that I like, but at the same time, you know, you want to play it by the book. That's going to be a foul on Overbrook that gives them, or rather, gives Pitman the bonus. So Porter Kostiuk goes to the line for the first shots of the bonus. Again, let's take a look at what Pitman's dealing with in that Tri-County Classic division and who they're up against. You saw who Overbrook plays in their divisional competition, and you've got 4 teams over 500. Wildwood, Gloucester Catholic, Pitman, and Salem. But then you've got a steep drop-off to Clayton with Frank Rago and the running gun offense and Salem Tech. So it's a double-edged sword when it comes to the argument of who plays better competition, because, yes, Overbrook is 9-1 in divisional play, but they also have less teams over 500 in those realms. While Pitman has had a less favorable 9-1. They are also 9-1. So I misjudged that. But do you know who their only loss to in divisional play was? Gloucester Catholic on the road in a tough 56-51 final that was a little bit chippy from the descriptions that I heard. But, look, Gloucester Catholic's going to be a tough team every single time you play them. And Pitman took care of them the first time. They won 66-61. Second time around on their home floor, on Gloucester Catholic's home floor, was not as lucky. Here comes the steal. Tinges on the layup. It's gone. That was nice. That was a nice opportunity from Trey Tinges there to just make the play in transition and force a turnover, and he did it pretty subtly too. From the corner, goes back out to Satchel, guarded by Kostiuk. He'll find Mills.
Great job, Porter!
And that is going to be a walk. He bit off more than he could chew, and we're going to have a couple of subs coming in. Zaire Green and number 0, Lamar Little, coming in. Checking out of the game, Satchel and Amari Key. But Xavier Wright, the junior guard, was the one who got called for the walk on that previous play. Pitman's number 11. And Stephen Devaney with the shot and one. 28-18 with a chance for a 3-point play. By the way, number 11, Chris Wiley, the senior, on the floor for the Panthers. With under 2 minutes to play, Devaney gets the and one.
Hey, defend!
Look, Steven is not a basketball player by trade. He's a football wide receiver and a baseball third baseman and pitcher. But he's just the premier athlete of what he's able to do and what he's able to accomplish. He could probably play any sport and he'd probably be good at it. Kostiuk saves it. Fizzicaro finally gets the foul call. And again, with the bonus, that will bring Pitman to the line for Fizzicaro. Don't forget, folks, our next broadcast will be women's basketball, Pitman and Collingswood, in cross-conference play from the Collingswood High School gym at 11:30 a.m. tomorrow. So I'll have to go to bed early tonight. First one goes. And we'll be back in action on February 14th with more Collingswood girls basketball and more out-of-conference play versus the Maple Shade Wildcats. Fizzicaro makes the second. Just under a minute and a half in the first half. Passed out by Wright. Big slide in the paint. Wright drives in, guarded by Devaney, and Kostiuk doesn't go. Rue got a hand on it, and Kostiuk picks up the board. Tinges passes it to Rue. Rue to Fizzicaro. Swings it from the elbow. No good. Rue for the putback. Didn't get it. He came in flying in there. And here comes Fizzicaro. Another aggressive pass. And a little too aggressive with it as he forces the turnover. I mean, you have to applaud him for the effort, but just sometimes there's a time and a place and he just didn't get it. There's only so much you can do there. Under 30 seconds in the half. 31-18 in favor of Pitman. From the charity stripe, no good. Rue picks up the board. 15 seconds. Devaney might want to look for tinges, but instead goes to Rue. 5 seconds to shoot. Finds Fizzacaro. Ball gets knocked out from half court. No. At the end of the first half, Pitman up handily. 31-18, maybe exceeding expectations, if you will. We'll take a quick break and we'll be right back for more Tri-County action here on Dan Wilkins Broadcasting. Pitman 31, Overbrook 18. We'll be right back. Tommy D's Home Design Center has opened a second location on Creek Road in Belmar, operating in Philadelphia for over 25 years and now expanding into South Jersey and Harding Avenue in Belmar next to the 42 on-ramp. Garden State Pet Center is an independently owned full pet store. Our specialty is promoting companionship between people and animals by providing the healthiest product choices available, including all natural foods, supplements that support and relieve health issues, and innovative products for pet parents. Our goal is to provide our customers with a relaxing environment, and while we're not
Jersey, we're open 7 days a week for all of your pets' needs.
here from the Rob Waddell Gym. It is Overbrook 18, Pitman 31 in a Tri-County Classic action here. It's been good so far. Pitman looked like they were starting to let some discrepancies slip through the cracks in the second quarter, but now things have changed and Pitman is back onto their previously fast and loose course, putting up 31 in that first half. Elijah Crispin, Stephen Devaney, basically everybody has been very effective on the scorer's table tonight. And in the box score, spin move by Johnson, and he drills it. 31-20, 11-point game in favor of the Panthers. Devaney, goal. Stephen Devaney with a mano-a-mano. Saw Johnson do the spin move, and he said, I'm going to do the same thing. Nice block from Pitman there, and we're going to have a foul on Pitman. Only one timeout has been used in this game so far. Pitman still retains all 5 of their breaks. Overbrook has used 1. To the line for the Rams is number 10, that being Chris Greer, the senior. Greer does not make his first. 58 points this year, 62 boards, 9 assists, 21 blocks, and 9 steals in 15 games. He has not cracked the double-digit mark at any point in this season for an individual game. But he has been a starter in most of Overbrook's games this year as he drills that second free throw. 33-21, back to an even dozen in favor of the Panthers. Mike Fizzacaro to Crispin, back to Devaney, and back to Crispin. Remember, Crispin's still got another year in the black and orange. I wouldn't be surprised if he ends up reaching the 1,500-point mark by the time he's done, because he is going to be a force to be reckoned with for Pitman, not just this year. Oh, the pass goes awry. He couldn't pick up his own pass. Now it goes back to Devaney, who heaves it across the floor. Back to Tinges, bounce pass to Crispin, cuts to the right, from 3, gone! Crispin lights out, and Rue with the bow and arrow from the sideline. Back to Johnson. Up and foul. That's going to be on Pitman as looks like Porter Kostiuk is getting ready to check in. As Johnson will go back to the line. In a 36-21 game, 15-point lead for the Panthers, the biggest lead that they've had all night. First one misses. A very light student section tonight for Pitman. I remember when they played Salem, they had everybody here out to support Elijah Crispin. I think the only guy there that I recognize is Owen Bolton from the soccer team, but that's about it. Second shot does not go. No, it does go. I need to stop jumping the gun here. 36-22. But for a Friday night, I'm surprised, you know. Kostiuk shot is waved off and a foul on Overbrook. But for Friday night hoops, I'm surprised that there are not more students here. Although a lot of them are ready to go to sleep because all of them have pajamas on. Inbounded by Crispin, now a heave, and that goes into the fourth row, and it hit a kid. It hit a little girl in the fourth row. A little rubber on the head, and she'll be fine. So after the boo-boo just past the bench, Overbrook takes the ball back after the turnover. Tinges almost got a hand on that. In trouble, and a foul.
Good job, kid.
And actually, that is going to be called an offensive foul. Donnie Lang not happy with that call. Fizzacaro, 3, no good.
Get back, let's go.
Rebound by Key, or rather by Greer, excuse me. 3 ball. No good. It hits off the head of Devaney. That's got to hurt. And we're going to have a foul. No jump ball. We've got a foul. That is going to be a foul on Fizzacaro. I'm very surprised at how Overbrook's played tonight. It just seems like they are a very pressured team. You know, Pitman's been playing calm, cool, and collected, and Overbrook just doesn't seem to have that same motto. Seems like they're kind of forced to take the shots that they are trying to take when they're not the best shots to take, like that. That's a 3-step miss. Here comes Crispin up with it. Crispin from deep, no good. Overbrook going to charge again in transition, and a one-handed Sengun-style floater makes it 36-24, 12-point game. Devaney from the top of the key. Crispin takes a high pass. Crispin in double traffic. Heaves the throw. Kostiuk has it from beyond three-point land. Tinges from the free-throw line. Bricks it off the front of the rim. Tinges got a hand on it, and he hung onto the possession. Devaney has it. Back to Fizzacaro. Fizzacaro blocked by Overbrook. And the home faithful not happy about some no calls we've seen, and a 3 goes. And Donnie Lang will talk it over with his guys. 4 minutes exactly left in the third quarter. We'll be right back. Overbrook has cut the lead down to single digits, 36-27. This broadcast is brought to you by Garden State Pet Center, the place to be for the healthiest and organic products for your pet, including toys, food, cages, accessories, and more. Visit today, 7 days a week, on a 200 block of Whitehorse Pike in Audubon, or visit online anytime at exoticpetsnj.com. We're going to have a foul called on Overbrook.
Let's go, keep on working.
3 fouls on each team so far in this third quarter. Remember the new rule for this year, as Devaney on the inbound gets another and one.
Good job, Steven.
Devaney has been excellent at drawing fouls tonight. Devaney makes it. He has converted 2 3-point plays tonight, and who knows what he's got left in the tank. Into the corner. 3. Bricked.
Yeah, Michael!
Devaney takes a bullet pass. Crispin from Dave. No. I think if you're Pitman right here, what you have to do is you have to realize, look, we're kind of on a scoring lull right now. You have to make sure that you step it up on defense, because the way Pitman's been playing, they've had a couple of these scenarios where they've taken a big lead and then they've stepped back a little bit, and Overbrook's been able to claw back. And momentum means everything. Momentum means everything. If Overbrook can catch fire and get somewhere with it, who knows what it's going to be. Pitman's led by double digits in 2 different stints in 2 different quarters tonight. So if Overbrook can get the momentum, Pitman's going to have to watch their back. Because Overbrook and Pitman are 2 objectively good teams. And they're going to bounce off of each other. They're going to reverberate how the other team plays, and they're going to be very observant in how they're going to make mid-game adjustments. Into the corner, he goes to the baseline. Nice bounce pass across the court. Now back into the corner for 3, no good. Crispin grabs an aggressive board. Back to Tinges. Tinges to Fizzacaro, cuts to the right. Oh, a one-handed pass to Devaney? No. There have been so many elite passes tonight and a foul on Tinges. So that will give Overbrook the bonus. It's been a foul-heavy game in this third quarter, and even in the second and first quarter, there's been a lot of back-and-forth whistles as the first one goes as Satchel and Ortiz come in as the lead is cut down to 9. The second foul shot from Zaire Green goes. 39-29, 10-point game. I mean, hey, both teams are at risk of getting a bonus here, and in fact, there you go. Speak of the devil, that's going to give both teams the bonus. And this game is going to come screeching to a halt here with 2:26 left in the third as Pitman will have 2 foul shots from the junior Trey Tinges. Tinges from the charity stripe for the first time tonight. First one goes. Like we said, Pitman has not relinquished the lead at any point tonight, but if there's ever been a time for Overbrook to capitalize and get back in the game, the time would be now. Time's at Waston. Speaking of, they're going to drive this one hard on an aggressive break. A heave pass wide open for Satchel from 3. Gone. Kevin Satchel on the limited minutes drills the 3 ball and gets it to 40-32. And remember, with both teams having the bonus, every foul counts. So you might see shots less heavily contested just because both teams are really paranoid of sending another player to the line. That shot is short. It'll go out. And Chris Wiley, number 11, will come in for the Panthers. Chris Wiley, the 5'8" senior, he is 15 games appeared in this year, 44 points, 19 boards, 13 assists, 2 blocks, and 22 steals. Wiley stops and goes again. Back to Crispin. Up. Oh! A cliffhanger for Pitman as now with 90 seconds to play in the third. Rolls it back to Satchel. Back to the baseline. Satchel again with another chance. Picks up the board on another shot. He's got it. Donnie Lang calls a timeout. We'll keep it here as let's talk about what these teams have in terms of power points. Yes, they both play in the Tri-County Conference, but they are under different classifications as they are in 2 different brackets. Overbrook is in South Jersey Group 2, and they are the 6th seed. If they hold on to that, because the cutoff day for power points is tomorrow, any games after that will not count towards your state ranking, and basically the playoff brackets, barring any forfeits or technical changes, will be locked in. Overbrook would play number 11 Gloucester in the first round of the playoffs. Now, groups 2 and 4 play on Wednesday, February 21st. Groups 1 and 3 play on Thursday, February 22nd in the first round. And then the non-public schools play on Friday, February 23rd. And for Pitman, they are the number 2 seed in South Jersey Group 1. They are only behind Burlington County's Kip Cooper Academy, which is miles ahead of everyone else. After being the 16 seed last year, they have shot up to the 1 seed for Kip. They are the 2 seed. They will play number 15 seed Pennsville at home. But Kip Cooper is a wild study because we watched them play versus Delran in our first broadcast of the new year, and it was crazy to think about. You know, Antoine Miller coaches his team so well, and this is actually their second year of existence. Kip Cooper is a brand new academy. They're a charter school in Camden, and they were an independent school last year, and they joined the Burlington County League for basketball in the 23-24 season. On the foul there, that's going to give Overbrook 2 shots for Satchel as they'll try to chisel into this lead a little more, 42-34. But Kip Cooper, they were independent for the first year of their existence, and they, in the first year of state eligibility, they were the 16 seed. And they put up a good fight versus number 1 seed Wildwood. They only lost by single digits. But Kip Cooper, they're a brand new high school. They're a brand new charter high school in Camden. Don't ask why they're in the Burlington County Conference out of Camden, but New Egypt is in the Burlington County Conference, and they're in Atlantic County. And so is Pennsauken. They're in Camden County, and they also play in the BCSL. So I don't know. But after Satchel gets both, we're going to have another foul. I told you when both teams got the bonus that this game would come to a screeching halt, and that's exactly what we have. I've got a broadcast tomorrow. I've got to put on my jazz and my headphones, and I got to get to sleep, man. I've got a game at 11:30 tomorrow morning. Crispin drills it. 43-36. And yes, Dan Wilkins is a Jazz head for all the viewers at home. 55 seconds left. Crispin drills it. Knocks it down. 44-36. 8-point game again. Overbrook's kept it nice. They've kept it in single digits for a couple of minutes now. And like I said, these bonuses are going to very slowly bring Overbrook back into the game, but they've got to be careful. You don't need any offensive fouls here. You kind of play devil's advocate a little bit. As an uncontested 3 misses. Nice pass in traffic. Good. You could see Kostyuk and Navani right there. Hands straight up. They want no part of it. They'd rather give up the basket than draw a foul. And here comes a breakaway. And it's good for a 4-point swing. They're going to knock it out again. 6 points! 6 points in 20 seconds! 5 seconds left in the quarter. Can they do it again? They will not. And they will not get a foul called either. Overbrook has turned this game upside down in a blink of an eye. 44-42 with 8 minutes to play. We'll be right back. Tri-County. There's your seeding for the Tri-County Tournament Flight A. Games start on Monday. The 2 teams, Pitman and Overbrook, they could play each other in a potential Tri-County Tournament Flight A final. The other games in this tournament, in this 8-team bracket, Overbrook and Salem, Pitman and Triton, Timber Creek and Gloucester Catholic, and then Woodstown and Delsey. All should be good games. I don't know why Gloucester Catholic is the 8th seed, but... Oh, that's going to tie the game. The first tie tonight since it was 0-0 at the tip. Overbrook has turned it up to 11 on the defense. They have had 3 turnovers in 20 seconds, at the end of the third quarter, and they are not showing any signs of slowing down. Fizzicaro from the paint. He's got it.
Hey, it starts on defense!
I mean, for a good 60% of this game, we really thought that Pitman was going to be just running away with it. But Overbrook has kept them in check all night, and they have made sure that no stone is left unturned, and they have absolutely come full circle. Kudos to Overbrook. You know, whether you want a foul called or not, the defense that they have played in forcing turnovers is phenomenal, and what they have been able to do under pressure from this home crowd has been great. And we're tied up again, thanks to a basket from Nick Johnson. And again, with 6 minutes left, they're still playing buzzer. They're still playing, you know, full court trap, full court press basketball. Ortiz checks in for Overbrook. Tinges checks back in for Pitman, and Rue will check out for Pitman. Rue back to Tinges. Crispin, air ball. A rare air ball from Elijah Crispin. Overbrook takes it in 46-all. 6:28 to play in regulation. Well, we had a game on Saturday that went to overtime between Woodstown and Gloucester Catholic, so it's not out of the realm of possibility. Ortiz will get called for a walk. There's Pitman Athletic Director Grant Shivers, a relative of the Crispin family. Like we said, just as the Flaccos are royalty in Audubon and the Zierfosses are royalty in Gloucester, the Crispins are royalty in Pitman. They have 3,000-point scores. Joe Crispin and Elijah Crispin and Carly Crispin on the women's basketball side in 2013, finishing with 1168. 48-46. Nice spin move, and Johnston gets it in. I think everybody's a little gassed at this point. Pitman has to think about clock management. Both teams have to think about clock management, especially once you get into those final 3 minutes. I thought we would have seen a goaltending call there. I definitely, yeah, that should have been called a goaltend there. He hit the net and he hit the rim. Man. That is a tough no call there, and it costs Pitman the possession. And Ron Myers making his case. I mean, hey, last time we were here, Salem and Pitman, there were like 3 or 4 tech fouls in the game, all against Salem, so you never know what you're going to see out here. Cuts to the right. Devaney tried to avoid contact, and it's in. Overbrook with their first lead of the night in improbable fashion. Crispin has it. You don't need a 3 here, but he's going to take one anyway. Misses. Pitman needs to be thinking in terms of even numbers here. It's 50-48. With 5 minutes left, I think Fizzicaro is better off taking a shot from inside and tying the game. They get redemption anyways. Devaney hits the shot from right under the basket. A bobble from Overbrook. Johnson crosses up a little bit on Devaney. Head-to-head, one-on-one for 1 versus 5. Ortiz rolls it out beyond the arc to the Panther logo. And a timeout is called by Donnie Lang. We'll take a quick break. 4:22 left in the fourth. It's a 50-50 game, literally. We'll be right back. We're back. And immediately, a turnover for Overbrook. If Overbrook wins this game, they will improve to 19-5 as Crispin drills the three.
Hey, let's go!
They will have at least one game left in the regular season as they play Salem in the quarterfinal round of the Tri-County Conference Tournament Flight A, as we were talking about a couple seconds ago. A foul on Pitman. Tough break there.
Hey, good box out, Steven. You're good.
It will go to Satchel, who will go to the line. In a 53-50 game, first one does not go. Pitman still has a few games left on the schedule, including their quarterfinal round game in the Tri-County Conference Tournament, again, Flight A, and that will be versus Triton. So for both of these teams, this is their final regular season game in a non-tournament style, just opponent versus opponent, with really only PowerPoint implications. The foul is waved off as Devaney will go to the charity stripe, or actually no, he will not. I thought it was going to be a shooting foul, but it was a blocking foul instead. Crispin will take the inbound, and he's going to feed it to Myers, who's got space, but he misses. A huge miss for Pitman. And the ball almost got swiped away from Christian. He brings it to Tinges, to Devaney. A nice bounce pass, and oh no! A tough break as Overbrook's going to try to tie it. Foul. Those are just gut-wrenching moments right there. It's not really anybody's fault. Just when your shots don't fall, they don't fall, and that's what happens. It just happens. And it's a heart-wrenching moment when that happens, especially with your team in this precarious situation. As that shot doesn't go, Wright will get it. Xavier Wright ties the game with 3 minutes and a chunk of change to play. 2 fouls on each side. We're not really in bonus territory yet. 5 fouls in a quarter would give a team a bonus. Here comes the swipe, but he could not hang on to the possession in bounds. It goes out to the sideline. Ortiz is in. Satchel is out. And folks, you might want to go to the kitchen, get a bag of Pop Secret, and turn on your TVs, because this is going to be a fun last 3 minutes. Tinges to Devaney in the paint. Aggressive dribble, didn't get it. Rebound by Wright. To Ortiz, who checks it to the left. I think the Lakers lost last night, so I don't know why he's calling that play. Goes to Ortiz. Ortiz tried to get a pass. He does get it, and Overbrook takes the lead. A huge moment as Devaney goes down. Now it goes to Crispin. Crispin heaves it across the floor to Tinges. Pitman playing a real hurry-up style here. You just have to worry about fatigue and stamina here. Overbrook with a 3-2 zone, and Fizzicaro gets the unlucky roll. And now Overbrook is going to have the destiny to control here. They can control the clock. There's no shot clock in New Jersey. So they're going to let this one hold a little bit. But Pitman's going to make sure that they're going to do every step in their power to deny that opportunity. It goes back to Ortiz. 90 seconds to play. Fizzicaro couldn't hang on to it. We've got a scramble, and it's going to go to Pitman. And Ron Myers will call a timeout as players are flying everywhere. 1:25 remaining in the fourth quarter. Let's take a quick break. 1 minute, 25 seconds left. We have an excellent game going on here. 53-55 in favor of Overbrook. This broadcast is brought to you by Tommy D's Home Improvement. Visit today for all your wholesale kitchen cabinet and countertop needs on 612 Creek Road, on the corner of Creek Road and Harding Avenue, next to the 42 on-ramp in Belmar. Fizicaro lays it in with an N1! Overbrook cannot believe it. The N1s have been all over tonight. And with a tie game, we're going to have a quick substitution here. Right in, Ortiz out, as Pitman and Mike Fizicaro will look to take the lead. But before then, a timeout will be called. We'll keep it here. This broadcast is brought to you by Vincent's Lawn Care. As we exit the winter months, it surely felt like a spring day today, but as we exit the winter months and prepare for spring, get your front yard, backyard, or anything you need taken care of squared away. Call Vincent Vogt, 609-413-0403 for weekly service, bi-weekly service, or any time. Servicing the Audubon, Haddon Heights, and Haddon Township area since 2022. And remember, folks, if you would like to be a small business sponsor of Dan Wilkins Broadcasting, we are filming commercials for a rate of $250 at our lowest rate for 6 months. It will air on every DWB broadcast, especially even if you're not a small business owner. If you know somebody who is, send them our commercials or send them one of our broadcasts and see what they think. We also have higher packages that include more airtime and also segments of the game being named after your business. Any inquiries, please email thedanwilkinsshow@gmail.com. That email is also included in the bottom of this YouTube description. We also have a Venmo at DW-Broadcasting. If you'd like to make a contribution, this is a grassroots funded organization. I'm a senior in high school. Anything that you contribute helps towards gas money, towards getting gigs booked and all the rest, and including upgrading our equipment as well. So any contributions are incredibly appreciated at our Venmo, DW-Broadcasting. Porter Kostiuk checks in as Fizicaro drills the N1. 70 seconds to play. And now it's a little offset, 56-55. You can't really run out the clock now, with a tie game like this. Here comes a three from right. No good. And now Pitman, in a strange twist of fate, is now in the driver's seat. And Myers calls a timeout. And this is one of those interesting things about clock management in the late part of the game. Only one timeout was used in the entire first half. And now they've been used left and right in these last couple of minutes. Pitman now only has one remaining. Overbrook still has two. It's just a 30-second timeout, so we'll keep it here. Man, what an excellent, excellent game this has been, and there is still some time to play. Just under a minute left. We had a game earlier this season between GCIT and Gloucester, where Gloucester was up by 15 at the half. GCIT clawed their way back, and Mark Hallman for GCIT hit a game-winning three in the corner on double coverage. So who's to say that this game isn't looking like a little bit of a replica of that? But the question is, can Pitman hold on? They're going to watch and try to... Overbrook got the turnover! A huge, huge break for the Rams and a huge gut punch for the Panthers. They're going to run to the baseline, into the corner. You don't need a three here, you just need two. Into the baseline. The shot's long. The shot is long, and we're going to have a triple foul in the paint.
Great job, kid.
Steven a little slow to get up. He's wincing a little bit.
Great job, Steven.
Wow. There are still a few fouls left before the bonus, as Rue will check in.
Hey, be smart. Let's go.
Devaney's going to head to the bench. He looked like he was wincing in pain a little bit. That's going to be another foul.
That's it. Knock him down. Let's go.
So after that, the bonus is upon us. But Overbrook really wasted no time. Still 22 seconds left. Even if Crispin hits both, which was very smart to give Crispin the ball because he's a good three-throw shooter, and you want to give him the ball for those initial bonus shots. First one goes. Devaney checks back in. Fizzacaro and Tinges check out. So the floor for the Panthers is Myers, Rue, Crispin, Devaney, and Kostiuk. Even if he makes the shot, still a three-point game. Overbrook still can control the clock here, and he makes it. That's the Crispin way. But now you got 20 seconds left, and a timeout call by Overbrook, by Donnie Lang. We'll take a quick breath. We're going to catch our, we're going to take a quick break to catch our breath. 19 seconds left, 58-55, Pitman. Well, this is it. 20 seconds left. And Pitman has a 3-point lead to defend. 19.4 to be exact. Pitman got the bonus, and Crispin drilled both foul shots. And now it will be the job of Overbrook to either send this game to overtime or start the buses. They'll need a three. Mills has it. I don't know why you're going into the paint. You've got 7 seconds. Oh, he loses the ball, and it will be a foul. And it's going to be, well, both coaches look upset, but it looks like it's on Overbrook. And if anybody makes a three throw, that's going to do it for this game. The referees are going to talk this one over.
Good, Steven.
What's the call here? The referees are going to talk this one over. The call was originally a foul on Overbrook. They will reset the clock to 6.2. Chris Wiley is coming in for the final possession along with Trey Tinges. Again, they reset the clock. And Overbrook burns its last timeout. We'll keep it here. 6 seconds left. 58-55. Let's talk about what's ahead. First round of the playoffs start on Wednesday, February 21st. If Cherokee holds that 8 seed, they'll be playing the Southern Regional Rams of Manahawkin in the first round of the playoffs, and we will be there for some South Jersey Group 4 action on February 21st. And then on the 22nd, it'll be Audubon, but I will be doing public address. I think they are playing either Leap Academy of Camden or Paulsboro. Again, we'll let you know on our social media page on Twitter/X at Dan Wilkins Broadcasting. You can also follow us on Instagram at DW Broadcasting and our Facebook on Dan Wilkins Broadcasting. Friday the 23rd will be non-public games, and that looks like that will be Gloucester Catholic. Now, if they have a top 3 seed, then they would get a first-round bye, but we're waiting to see how that's all going to shape out. There's a really good possibility we only have one playoff game in the first round, but that all depends on how everything shapes out with PowerPoints. Overbrook still has a chance. The foul has been, it appears to be reversed, and it will go against Pitman. 6.2 seconds. 58-55. He feeds it out into the corner for Mills. It is no good. He'll get the putback, but it's not going to matter. And he threw it out. Game over. Pitman wins. Oh! Oh my gosh. In a game that Pitman has won by the skin of their teeth, they take this one home in a 1-point back-and-forth gauntlet, 58-57. As for each team, their final non-tournament game of the regular season ends in a thriller. The three-pointer from the corner from Mills did not go, and while the putback chance did, it rolled around so quickly in the corner that it ended up not making a difference. That's all for us tonight here from Pitman and the Rob Waddell Gymnasium. Our next broadcast will be tomorrow on Saturday at 11:30 a.m. in women's basketball between the Pitman Panthers and the Collingswood Panthers. Panther-on-Panther action there. And then after that, we'll have February 14th for Valentine's Day basketball between Maple Shade and Collingswood. From everybody here at Dan Wilkins Broadcasting, my social media coordinator, Anthony DePalma, our graphics crew, Gavin Van Rel, Caleb Lane, and Liam Nolan, my producer in his second game of the year, Ryan Sieber, I'm Dan Wilkins. We will see you tomorrow morning. Get some sleep. The Panthers won 58-57 over the Overbrook. Sorry for the cutoff there. 58-57. Pitman beats Overbrook. See you guys tomorrow. Have a good one.